Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. Ooh, SMCI? Yo, hold up. Hold up. I made a couple thousand from that. Give me a minute. Well, if you're the only one, feel free to ask me any questions you want. Don't be shy. Just know after like 15 minutes of no questions, I'm out of here. Just FYI. Portfolio hit a new high 8 times in one day. That is crazy. Johnson & Johnson, what we got? Johnson & Johnson be popping? Nah, still. JJ, you got any questions? I saw you typing a couple times. Where is my SMC? Oh, there it is. Wow. I guess it's a no. Okay, I'll just talk to myself then. Oh, I spelled remember wrong. That stirred it up some people. So unusual whales option. Okay, so it really doesn't. It helps but doesn't help because it let's say if you don't understand how money is moving, it's very difficult to use unusual whale. So for example, if I were to ask you what is more bullish, buying at ask or buying at bid, this is for you, JJ, to answer. While JJ is answering that question, does anyone see SMCI? Please ignore my eye. My eye has been like not producing like tears, so it's been like burning red, like killing me. Anyway, while JJ is answering that question, gang, JJ, what is more important, buying at ask or buying at bid? What is more bullish or bearish? While we have everyone, feel free to ask any questions. This could be, you can unmute yourself, you can write it in the chat. If you do not know where the chat is, you can, it is top right corner. It looks like a little cloud. You want to click that. But yeah. What about NVO? JJ, you better not be doing ChatGPT to answer that question. In and out or shake? I don't know what that means, in and out or shake. Yeah, no worries. This is like the whole point of this, is so that because I don't do live trades. I mean, okay, technically I do live trades and I write them. I don't physically do like a live stream. So Wednesdays, we do this about an hour so that you can ask any questions. Sunday night reports is everything I'm looking at for the entire week. So far, everything's been doing very well. Again, strangely, because the government shutdown, right? Which I can't complain. I'm enjoying this. I really am. But yeah, if you have any questions, just ask it. It could be something as simple as what a call is. I do not care how little the question is, or if you feel hesitant to ask it, just ask it anyway. No one's going to judge you. Okay, let me read this, please. Yeah, good call out on Dell. I saw that. That was pretty good. It broke that structure, but I mean, everything broke the structure in the morning. Yeah, once I sold that put, that SPY put, I was like, yep, I'm cooked with that put, but let me buy some SMCI and some Nova, because Nova is a lagger with like the pharmaceutical stuff. So just saying, Lilly and Nova trade pretty much in parallel. Nova is a lagger, so this is why I put more money into Nova, just FYI. Okay, going back, another chain, burger chain. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's worded differently. JJ, that doesn't. JJ, what's more important, right? What is the difference between buying at ask or buying at bid? There's a difference. I'll tell you anyway because it's been a while. So when you look at an option chain, buying a call at ask is bullish aggression. Every Wednesday this happens.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans.
Every Wednesday at this exact time. Do not know how to shut it off, to be quite honest. And then buying a call at bid is actually short-term bearish, long-term bullish. So if you're a day trader, you can be confused by seeing a buy call bid, and say, oh, that means it's going to go up, right? Because it's like $1 million call. But what you have to know is it's buying a call at a bid, meaning they're waiting for the price to come down. So short-term intraday, they're anticipating the price to fall. Or like same thing, if you see like a cash secured put, if someone buys a cash secured put, that's extremely bullish. But what makes it even more bullish is a buy at ask cash secured put. That is very bullish. That shows that there's big money. Actually, big institutions usually do cash secured puts or cover calls. They usually do that because they have the capital. And most retail and individual traders, they use calls and puts because they do not have the capital to leverage. So you're really looking for cover calls. You're really looking for cash secured puts and unusual whales. Like when you do your option filters, that's what you're looking for. And positions over like $1 to $2 million on a long position, like 100 days ish. Anything long, right? I just put 100 days. It depends on each stock. Like for Johnson & Johnson is a good example in comparison to Tesla because, for example, Johnson & Johnson, even though technically the volume did not match for a breakout, it was actually decreasing, showing weakness, but the price action was so strong that it exploded. Now, knowing and trading Johnson & Johnson for like 8 years, I've traded Johnson & Johnson with Tesla for literally 8 years. I know that there has lower volume in it, and it's usually a trap when that happens. Now, if you held those calls, you would know that we were down actually 30% at one point because we bought at like 175, 60 something, 64, and it dropped and then came right back up, leading us to 135% gain. But that was the trick. That was the low volume psych out. We were not psyched out because we know exactly how Johnson & Johnson price action moves. Now with Tesla though, Tesla is dependent on volume. And above 450, we saw it blew up. Literally, it skyrocketed because there was a significant amount of buy orders at that point. I'm still a little hesitant with Tesla, to be completely honest. It's going up on very small news catalysts and kind of, let's say, somewhat intrigues me, somewhat kind of caution because there has not been a significant pullback, like a 10% pullback. With Tesla, a 10% pullback is very normal, very normal. 10% pullback is like $20 move. Anyway, let me read some of these other people. Again, any questions, ask them. I am recording this. Someone wants to unmute. I heard something. I heard someone. Deadbolt. Did you have a question?
If there is nobody, I want to ask actually some questions. So, if you don't mind, can you please look into the Dell chart?
The,
And
the what
yeah,
chart?
just one. Uh,
What chart was it?
Dell.
Oh, Dell.
DELL. Yeah.
You got like one more push up before it falls again. Like for example, Friday at 4 o'clock, this candle closes a solid green. There's no wick on top. I don't care about the wick on the bottom, which apparently there's no wick on the bottom on this, but no wick on top. I would actually get calls because a very large weekly candle that has no wicks shows extreme bullish momentum, and you can target the previous all-time highs. But if you want to be more cautious, just like how we did the entry for Johnson & Johnson, we waited the day, then we entered because I was waiting for that weekly close. You could do the same thing with Dell. If you want to day trade it, you can expect like a pullback. Hold up, I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. You would want to pull back somewhere in like the 145s to like 142s ish, something that's about half the size of this volume previously. So something about, for a day trade, you want something about half that. So yeah, about 145 for a day trade, because on the smaller time frames, that'll equate to about your 8 EMA. We're on the daily chart, but if you're looking for let's say, a little bit of a swing trade over the weekend, Friday at like 4 o'clock, or actually technically 3:55, or if you want to be like 1 minute early, 3:54. If you go on the weekly for Dell, and Dell does not have a wick on the top and it continues to go up higher, that's a momentum play. That's the break off top kind of deal, looking to get to all-time high. So there's two strategies how you can play about that. It depends on what you're looking to do.
Thank you. That's clear. Another question is, I was watching your video um, for the bot for the spy for spy bot. So I took a note and everything. Actually, I like the idea of paper traded for a while. So I'm just wondering which what do you recommend to paper trade? Just on Thinkorswim, or maybe I forget the name. What is it? That one, the one that you use right now.
Trading View.
Uh, yeah, trading view, or I mean, what's the like the option, like the best one for the for option, like paper trading for option.
Well, okay, it depends. More advanced, meaning you're very, very familiar with options, you're very familiar with your strategy, you're familiar with the trading, the TD Ameritrade platform and how the charting system works. I would say paper trade with TD Ameritrade. But for easier, simplistic, I would say use TradingView. I really like TradingView. I do have a bias with it. I'm not crazy about TD Ameritrade. I tried trading TD Ameritrade. It's alright. I'm not too crazy about it because I like to add things. I like to write my own code, my own indicators, just like the spy bots and stuff like that. I like to do that. A good thing with though TradingView is I think it's on the bottom. Can't see. Yeah, it's covered on the bottom. There is a strategy tester, and you can do paper trading, or you can connect a brokerage account in that section. But instead of connecting your brokerage account, just do paper trading. Then once you feel comfortable, then you can connect your account, and it's very easy. If you can trade on the desktop, I would connect my brokerage account to TradingView. That's probably the easiest way, in my opinion. It's very user friendly, very intuitive. Meaning, because some of the things in like TD Ameritrade, before it became Charles Schwab, it was TD Ameritrade. Now it's Charles Schwab's now Thinkorswim. It was always Thinkorswim, but before that was TD Ameritrade. I wasn't crazy about it at all. I was actually using Yahoo Finance and Google Finance to chart my stuff up, and then I came across TradingView, and haven't looked back for many many years. So that's my
Yeah,
recommendation for that.
I'm just wondering which one is gonna give me a real, real time, option.
They're both going.
I'm not sure about Thinkorswim, but sorry, I'm not sure about TradingView, but I think, but when I used, when I start trading, it basically I learned on Thinkorswim because they gave actually free, real time account for the paper trade. So I'm not really sure about Thinkorswim. But for the option, I've never done it, so that's why I'm asking which one is gonna give me real, real time option.
I've never paper traded on either one. I always just used cash straight up. Before that, I was a dividends trader, so I was very familiar with the charts. So that's a good question. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one. You honestly, you would have to, if you really want the live option, um, you would have to connect your brokerage account, whatever brokerage account, to see the option chain, and then not take the trade kind of deal. You would say
I see.
this is where I'm going to enter in. This is my risk to reward. Kind of draw it up on the chart, because if you do paper trade with this, I'm not sure if it gives you the real time option data, like the level 2 stuff. I do know it gives you like fake money, it gives you like 100 grand fake money to trade with, but I don't. To your question of live data, you would have to connect a brokerage account to get your live data.
All right. I'm gonna try to connect the paper money paper account for Thinkorswim to the trading view and see if this gonna work. All right.
Okay, let me just. JJ has a question. I don't have much time to check all the channels in the Discord. Fair enough. If I need to just check only your transactions, options, which channel should I focus on? You should focus on the buys and sells channel. That's it. That tells you exactly that. I had the commentary one where I kind of just ramble. I kind of tell you what I'm going to do. Like for example, Johnson and Johnson said I'm planning on selling in the morning, and then the execution is done in the buys and sells. I organize it very nicely so it's easier to see. If you want to do a long-term position stuff, look at the portfolio tracker every Friday. Besides last Friday, I got like these past 2 weeks has been insane. But it was updated today. That gives you all the percentages of everything. That's how I was able to get 8 new all-time highs in my portfolio. Everything is shown out, percentage-wise, everything like that. Let's look at Nova real quick. Don't be shy. Ask any questions. Any questions you have. Diane, I see you left a review. Thank you. After this, send me a quick DM. Just say ebook. I'm giving out. I, I wrote an ebook, and I want to give them out for free. So you'll be one of the first people that get it. So just make sure you remind me because I'll forget. I have 100 million things on my mind, but I want to make sure that that you get that first, just as a little thank you.
Oh, hi. This is Pravina here. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I I took a couple of calls as per the focus list, but I missed the high point for SoFi and the Sound AI. Sound AI, I was able to sell some contracts. I got the benefit, but some contracts I just left it to see if it can go up. But now both of them are dropped. So can you? The call ends at 10:17. I have two contracts on SoFi and two on Sound AI left. So is there? What do you think of those two? Should I?
Both are
They
10,
both
10 17.
they're 10:17. And another one, TEM. Let me just check that as well. That is totally a loss.
Tem AI, I think it was.
Yeah, Sound AI is first. SoFi is the second one, and then those two are the ones which are left for me for 10:17.
Ooh, SoFi. I just saw little drips and drabs of that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. Someone that was talking about paper trading. This popped up. This finally popped up. See how it says paper trading brokerage simulator by TradingView? You would want to click that. Now, sometimes what I do because again, I have a little bit of trust issues with my money with this certain brokerage account. So what I'll do is I'll put like a couple grand in Mumu that if for whatever reason something happens to it, it's my play money. So I'll put that in there. I'll connect it just to double check. You don't have to put that. Just put like $100. I think that's how much it costs to open one of those. I'll collapse that, and then use a temp.
Just a SoFi. I removed Tempest. Tempest. I had to. I sold it.
Temp doesn't look that bad though. Temp looks much better than SoFi.
Yeah, SoFi. I got good profit at that time at the highest point, but it's I did not sell all my contracts at that time. I still have 3 left.
So how many did you start with? How many contracts did you start with?
I took 5. I sold 2. 3 are left.
And what was the percentage of the 2 that you sold? Gains, percentage gains.
Oh, well, gain. I can let you know. So the Sound AI was the sound. What 195%. I had 6 contracts. 4 I sold for 195. I thought maybe it'll go further, so I just left that there, and now it's totally opposite.
You made 195. You made 200% on Sound.
Correct.
So why?
I got the 1017 same call. The Sound $17. 1017. I got
Okay, let's stick with Sound first because you're kind of bouncing around and kind of losing my train of thought. Sound.
Correct.
200% gain. You double. So if you have 5 contracts of Sound, correct?
Correct.
You sold 2, right?
I sold 3, left 2.
So to be quite honest, you shouldn't be worrying about Sound. Again, you do whatever you need to. This is my opinion. If I sold 3 contracts and that is more than 50% of my position and I just made 200% on that, I'm just using my profits for the other 2. Let those ride. If they go to 0, I just made 200% on 3 contracts. Thinking that's a 2x per contract. That means if you keep the thought process, that means you technically had 6 contracts, right? I know it's a little difficult to understand, right? 200% gain means a 2x per contract. So now for let's say for the one contract, you technically imagine you have three contracts per, right? Because it's 200% gain. You have your initial one and then two extras, right? That totally engulfs your other two contracts by three times. So your
Okay.
risk to reward, it, to be quite honest, I would not be worried about that. I would say
Okay.
I would be like, huh, if it goes up higher, good. If it doesn't, good.
So you just want me to leave it till 10:17.
And not what I
Right.
want. It's your final decision. I'm just
Understand.
telling
No,
you,
I get.
if I was in your position, I would not be worried.
Okay.
Okay.
But the SoFi, on the other hand, I was losing money, so
SoFi is
I
a
just
different
rolled
story.
it.
SoFi is a different
Yeah,
story.
correct.
So let's do temp AI first. let's let's do
Yeah,
that one last. Okay.
MPI is, yeah.
Did you
I just left it because I did not know whether I have to.
do you still have temp AI
No, I sold that. This is
at a
not there
profit?
with me now.
No profit. Was there a loss?
No, that was loss, no profit.
What percentage of that? I don't care about the money, just
So
percentage.
okay, hold on. 10, 34% loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you set a stop loss in that? Is that what your stop loss was hit at 34%?
Yeah, I hit. Yeah, hit the
Good,
top.
good. Okay, good. I love to hear that you hit it. You used a stop loss, hit your stop loss. Now, to be quite honest, you're doing okay with your sound with that 200%. Your
Correct.
losses from sound from those two contracts you held, which technically are not a loss, because if your previous two were up 200%, you're still technically, I could be wrong, still up on those other two contracts. Not as much as 200%, but you're still up a couple percent, maybe 20, 30, 40%. Am I correct with that?
Correct. Right now, no. Right now, they're because after I sold, it just dipped completely.
What's the
So
percentage on that SoFi, the Sound Hound?
so the okay sound is right now.
By the
Sound is, but I'm about 70% out. That's why I was asking you.
so you're up
Uh,
you're still up 17% on that position then for sound.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. I mean, overall, yes.
Do yourself a favor.
Uh,
If I were
mhm.
you, you do whatever you want. I would not touch that sound position. If Nvidia is going up higher, who bought sound? Nvidia. So if Nvidia goes up, sound goes up.
Okay.
You could do whatever you want. If you want to take
Mm-hmm.
the risk, because technically, in my eyes, you're up 117%. In my eyes, that's what your sound is. I mean, 217%, which you should not be worried about that. That is not the one you should be worried about. Your SoFi is the one you should be worried about. Temp, you're up. Okay, so let's say
Tempest stop
you're
loss.
down
So far is good
34%.
there.
You're still
Yeah.
in the what? One, so that's what, like 180 something percent gain. Still covering you're still covering it. Good. Now we got those two out of the way. You're looking good with sound. Temp, okay, you took the loss, whatever. You're still covered
Mm-hmm.
by it because you took profit. Thank you for taking profits with your three contracts. I like that you took more than 50% of your position at the pretty much the peak. That was great.
Correct.
Great profit taking. Great stop loss on your TEP. Even though you lost, very good. Okay, and then SoFi. Give me 1 second. If anyone else has any questions, just type it in the chat while I conclude with SoFi, and then I'll get to you right after. We're going to conclude this at around 7 o'clock. So make sure you get if you want something answered, if you had a question, if you had a contract you're in, write it down and I will get back to you. Okay, continuing with SoFi. Tell me, why did you get into SoFi? Very quickly, I don't need the whole this spiel. Just what made you want to get it and at what price?
So but I got in at the announcement that the rating was changed, target rating from 29 to 31. It went from 27 to 29, I guess. After 29, it came down. So that was the initial thought. I own SoFi shares. I keep slowly, I was buying it from when it was 13. But I thought, let me try the option just because there was an announcement going on around SoFi. But yeah, th- that's the max research I could do on Yahoo and all that.
Okay.
Just wanted to find out your thoughts about.
I'm going to stop you right there. That's all I needed to hear because that told me, again, I'm going to be blunt about this, but being blunt is the most crucial thing, right? You kind of you FOMO'd into this position completely based off of news. People sold you the news. That's exactly what happened. Now, let's rewind. Rick, back to the same question. Why did you buy it? You always have to have a why, and that why has to come with either 3 or 5 confirmations. Remember when I first were going through, I was like, "Ooh, look at SoFi," right? Because what is SoFi fundamentally? It's a bank. And how do banks make their money? Off of interest rates, right? Off of the mortgages that they loan out. They can loan out 1 to 10. So for every $1 you put in the bank, they can loan out 9. Technically, they can loan out 9, total 10, right? So if we got rate cuts in September, that means the APY, their rate, drops. What else drops? Their revenue, right? So you may say, oh, so rate cuts are not good for banks. No, they're not good for banks. So that would be like, okay, nope. That would be the X for the confirmations. If you had the 3, if this was like American Idol, the third, nope, 1X, right? How overextended is it? It is probably overextended by, I could actually give you the exact number. And I'm doing this so that when I'm not here, meaning not like dead, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trading alone, you could do the same process in your head, right? We are overextended by about 260%. Let me tell you something. If you had shares and you're up 260%, would you take profit?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Would you, if you bought it at $7, would you now buy it at $30?
No.
No, right? It could be very emotional, especially when the markets are hitting all-time highs. These news catalysts are popping up. They're doing this deliberate. They meaning institutions. They own the broadcasting companies. They own them. They could do whatever they want. They are creating liquidity so that they can exit out of their position. When you exit $100 billion position, you need exit liquidity. And where do they get exit liquidity? Not from other hedge funds. They get it from what? The 8 or 10% of retail. There's like 1 or 2% of institutions that they get they get the tires on their backs the same way, but that 8 to 9% of retail trader individual traders, they create exit liquidity grab for that. So that was 3 X's right there. So now let's go back. We're in the position. How do we go about getting out? Or could this go up higher? Right? I'm doing this as a practice so that you can do this at home. You can do it yourself. So, okay, now that's the whole little spiel is done. I did that for macroeconomics. That's fundamental analysis. Now we're going into technical analysis. We could combine the two to make them accurate, right? To make the strategy accurate. So on the weekly chart, this is an engulfing bearish candle. Very, very bearish. No good. The hope is that it holds above the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA, I say that all the time. You really only need the 8 EMA on the daily and weekly chart to gauge reversals or pivot points or anything, support, resistance. It is so fundamentally important because it takes into account the highest volume, the highest price action, and the lowest volume and the lowest price action. It filters out all the other crap that the market gives you. Like all this right here, it filters it all out and just gives you the most important. That's why the exponential moving average, EMA, is the most important. So you have a little hope right there. Tomorrow, will it bounce up? I don't know. This candle does not say that. Now let's go again. This is the second confirmation. We're going on the daily chart. If you follow along with the D'Amato, he does this all the time. He trades the 8 EMA on the Qs to make sure that if the 8 price action is above the 8 EMA on the daily, you're rocking and rolling. The trend is still your friend. But in this case, is a trend your friend? This is where you answer.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. Yes, it's not like a maybe, like in between. It's why. Yes or no, why? Yeah. When you make the trades, there you cannot say, I guess so, right? And this being trading is very obtuse and blunt. Yes or no, but why? You pick one and you have to explain it. Why? Because that's the most important part. That's all that getting the decision, yes or no, and then giving yourself enough conviction to say it's going in that direction. That's the most important part. Why did you say maybe no? Anyone?
I mean, what I felt was that it did hit the. I didn't go into the details, but it did hit all-time high, and then at some point it is coming down and settling before it actually moves further. So that's I was trying to. It will settle down to around 25ish before it goes up. But I don't know whether it is going below that.
So
Yeah.
these, you have 2 daily candles below your 8 EMA, right? So even if you didn't know what that was, okay, good. Whatever, it doesn't make a difference. What does make a difference is you see how this price action came down, bounced up, and came and popped up? Now, we did something called break of structure right here. That first bounce on the daily, that recuperates. Usually, if you get a bounce, you want to retest to get a double bottom for it to go up higher. Then it's very bullish. But if it breaks structure, this is what this means, breaking structure, that is bearish, and it's actually a continuation pattern. So between the 2 daily candles completely below the 8 EMA, your break of structure, that's 3 confirmations right there. There is some positive, so don't get too sad. Especially you made like 200%, so you should be congratulating that. That's a really good move. It's a very good move. Why can't I click that? There we go. And this candle right here, notice how the wick ratio on a daily candle, you're focused on wick ratios. The higher the wick on the top in comparison to the bottom shows that there's more sellers, and vice versa. The larger the wick on the bottom shows that there's more buyers. So for example, you could see right here, perfect, beautiful hammer candle. Technically I think it's like a dragonfly or whatever it's called, but who cares about the names? All you care about is the wick ratio. You say, okay, low volume, okay, price is stabilizing. That's what low volume means, price is stabilizing. The wick to the bottom wick to top wick ratio is like a 1 to 5. If I were to draw it, I'm just eyeballing it. That's crazy. That's bullishly crazy. Now, something like this candle right here. See how the wick ratio top to the bottom? And it resulted into it falling continually. But it recuperated off of that 21 EMA. So as long as the trend stays intact, this was technically a false breakout. But these are the differences between the your wick ratios. Now for here, this one is a no good candle. Let's put it that way. That's the old crap candle. That's what I call that. Just like same with NVIDIA when it dropped that, like when it hit 183 and then dropped. But luckily you have some support at roughly that $25 range. So if you're already in the position, usually depends on your risk to reward ratio. Not risk to reward. It depends on how much you're willing to risk. And because you have such a short expiration, you're going to be risking a little bit more in this case, because if I was in your shoes and if I had your contracts, I can guarantee you I am not selling on a falling knife. can guarantee you, I'm not selling on a falling. You may say, why wouldn't you want to get out? The trend will never continue in one direction. It always moves up and down. What falls must, what, wait, okay, what was it saying? What falls, well, anyway, whatever. Pretty much price action goes down, it's going to bounce up. That is what I'm getting at. Now, so if, for example, if we got one of these green candles right here, this like beautiful, beautiful candle right here, daily candle, right somewhere in this zone, like if we got, do that, make this green, if we got one of these, if we got one of these candles right here, I'll be like, I'm going to buy some more dollar cost average. Now, again, that's more risk. That's what I was getting at, to the point where this is what I would do. I can handle the risk, but if you can't, I wouldn't dollar cost average. For me, if I see price action coming down and I get one of those nice, beautiful reversal candles, now, this only if we get one of those nice reversal candles on a support, you bet you I'm going to be adding to that position, decreasing my average cost. The next day, usually, there's another green engulfing candle that will confirm it. This would be an early entry. A true confirmation would be the next day candle closing up completely above it, which would be something like this. Then I'd say, okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. And then my first take profit was the initial break of structure, then the top of that break of structure, and then the previous all-time high. Now, what I would do to de-risk, as soon as my dollar cost average is at the bottom, right? Again, this is higher risk because you're putting more money into it. But when you do that, you have to use a stop loss. If you're going to add to a losing position, but you want to try to get out of it, there is no way you're adding and not putting a stop loss. So let me be completely clear with that. And another thing to be completely clear is, I will not enter into a falling knife or price action falling unless I get a reversal candle. A daily reversal candle. Daily reversal candles show like 1 or 2 day reversals. A weekly reversal candle shows monthly change, just like gold. Gold had a beautiful green engulfing breakout, and it has been a month of just straight vertical. So those are my recommendations for that. I hope that really helped you.
Yep, thank you. This is great information. It's nice to know more about the candles here. Thank you.
You have to, when you trade, you have to become emotionless when you trade. You have to be so monotone that nothing phases you. I say that, but it's very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. For example, like today, I made 50 grand? Emotionless. When April 8th came, I was down like 100. Emotionless. The same exact thing. Same monotone. So now the portfolio is up like 300 something % from April 8th, but that's a different story. But you have to treat it emotionless. It took me 2 years to do that. 2 years. It is really one of the hardest things to do. Believe me. People try to make it sound much easier than it really is. Ooh. Okay, going to AMT. That looked like a good chart. You should sell your SoFi money and put it in AMD. Not saying, just joking. That's a joke.
No,
you already have your plan. You have your plan. You have actually 2 plans for your direction, right? When I do it to trade setups, I always give you 2 plans. That line in the sand, that gives you yes or no, right? The line in the sand is yes or no. That's really what that is. Just like when I asked you, there's no maybe, it's a yes or no. And then once it's yes, these are what I need to do. This is my action plan. If it's no, this is my action plan. That's exactly how you have to trade emotionless, monotone. Money has no value besides the value you put into it. That's it. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper mixed with some cotton. That's all it is, and some ink. Okay, so that's it. I hope that really helped other people, because some people, you were very brave, so I congratulate you. That was a very brave thing that you did, for me to dig apart your option contracts. But by doing that, being blunt, that should really really help you a lot, and that should really boost your confidence, because it's all about trading is all about confidence in your position. So, good job for that. I applaud you. Not many people do that. Occasionally, I get some people, but the people who do say things and really want to change, they make a lot of money. A lot of money.
No,
So,
I'm here to learn, and I'm learning, and you're giving great tips. Appreciate all the tips
yeah,
you're giving.
of course, of course. This is why I do that. Okay, going back to AMD, I really, really like the AMD chart to the point where like I might drop some money into it. And I know Watson's been talking about it, but I've been really eyeing up some small cap companies. But this one made me look like I should be getting into some. You know what? I have to do a little bit deeper dive into AMD because I don't know their fundamentals as well as I do with the others. So let me do a little digging. Even though price action's up, okay, whoop de doo. Um, but yeah. Remember though, tomorrow, Thursday, the 2nd, and Friday, the 3rd, I will not be in the Discord. I notified everyone Sunday and Monday. I'm going to do it again. I'm way too busy. I have too many things I have to do. I will not even be touching Discord. So if you see me like ghost, that is why. I try to make it completely blunt and obvious. That's what's happening. I have too many things I have to get done that are very, very, very important. So, but very good eye. So good eye. You really technically just technically, not fundamentally, because I always start with fundamental analysis before I go into technicals. But because I didn't do the research, um, so I can't give you more confirmation. But really, this is what my eye was going to right here. Like I low key might just change my chart right now. Where is that? Where is this point? It's an important one too, but this that is a beautiful chart. Nice, steady consolidation uptrend. Very good pullback. This is like what? A 20, maybe 17-ish% pullback. Double bottom. Low volume. Daily candle. Let's see what the 1 week looks like. I'm getting real excited for this one, actually. This candle, even though it's red, look at this wick ratio. The wick to it's insane. I'm not crazy about last week. So really, it has to break. I'm not going to be interested in AMD unless we can close a daily candle above this 164.53 level. If it closes a daily candle above that, oh, we're gonna get some calls. But because we zoomed down on the weekly chart, if it doesn't, this is a dead cat bounce. So that 164.53 level is gonna be very, very important. If you do get calls, so if it breaks above that 164.53 level, I would get calls to like the 170s, maybe 2 week out expiration, and you would want to target 167. Okay, theta, very easy. Do yourself a favor, don't focus too much on the Greeks. I know people, you can go really in depth, and sometimes when you go in depth, it gets more confusing. The easiest thing when you pick an option contract, it's like you don't even have to think about it. You want to be at least, if you cannot get contracts at the money, you want to go at least 3 to 5 contracts above or below, wherever you calls up, puts below, right? And then if you're planning on holding it for 1 day, 1 week expiration, 2 days, 2 weeks expiration, 3 days, 3 weeks expiration. The reason why I totally dismissed your Greeks is because if you follow the 1 day, the 1 week expiration, 2 days, 2 weeks expiration, you will not have to worry about theta decay. You will not, because believe me, you will not. I've done it for what? I started options 5 years ago. You will not need to worry about that. It's some you're gonna go crazy. Believe me, I've gone crazy. I've gone in the nitty gritty of everything. Even row. Does anyone know what row does? Well, if you didn't, row is like a variable towards the implied volatility, and it has like such a small impact. Okay, sure. I'm more focused about delta, gamma, theta. Those are the three major hitters.
So, why I'm asking about theta? So basically, I've been thinking about what you said about about Dell. If the in Friday, if it's closed nicely, so I want to get into call, but that's gonna be a swing. I want to ride it up all time high if that confirmed. So I'm just wondering, you don't know really when we're gonna hit that level. It's like gonna take 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. So that's what makes me a little bit wonder.
So
How can I choose the
if you
right
if you plan on
contract?
holding it for a long time, and you know it's going to go up higher, but you don't know when, the best thing to do is 3 months out. When in doubt, 3 months out. You see that with me. Sometimes when I'm like,
Cool.
I know it's going to go up, but I don't know exactly when. And like for example, Johnson and Johnson, I knew within this week it was going to go up higher. I just knew because how the there was 4 weeks with the candles, the wick ratios in the bottom were much 5 to 6 times larger than the top. That shows all institutional consolidation and buying. That's where institutions were buying. That's where we bought. So I knew it was going to go up higher in comparison to not Google. Google was a beautiful trade. Um, gold, right? There was months, 3 4 months of consolidation, right? Very slow, methodical. I knew it was going to go higher, but I didn't know exactly when. We waited until we broke above. Again, you could have been buying that. You can be buying GLD that whole time, but we waited for that break, that 314 to that 317 break, to enter into the position. That was the confirmation. So once you get a confirmation, you could do a 1 month out expiration, or even if you want to hold longer, usually 3 months. On a quicker move, on a consolidation pattern, it should not take more than 3 months, just FYI. If it does, then it's distribution. And then you should be worried. You'd be like, more than 3 months to consolidate. To go up higher, I don't think so. That's distribution. So you get your accumulation, ramp up, distribution. What happens after distribution? Sell off. You get a liquidity pull, like a grab, it'll spike up one more time and then crash. So usually 3 months is going to be your best option for that. Okay, continue.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, not a problem. Continuing, JJ, you had a question. I would like to focus on one stock to do options. Which is best to do it with? To do it, Q's, is it okay? It depends. The best answer, I could guarantee you, if you go anywhere else and someone tells you exactly, say, this is the best thing, Tesla's the best thing, you should trade Tesla 100%, you should be a little worried. When you get a car, when you get a loan, when you do XYZ, new laptop, new phone, anything, anything, doesn't have to be pertaining to trading. If someone tells you with confidence, this is it, you should be like, you sure about that? Because every situation, the real answer is it depends. Just like the option contracts, where we're just going through with Sound, Temp, and SoFi, each one, it depends. We had to go through into more information, more detail. So you want to trade something with high liquidity. So like Tesla, I would not recommend Tesla until you are more familiar with day trading, like with the SPYs or Qs. If you want more instant gratification, you would want to go towards the Qs or Tesla or even Nvidia, which when I say instant gratification, that means aka gamble. I just want to gamble all day long. Do that. But if you want to be more methodical and take it easy before you really start ramping up, the money's not going anywhere. Let's put it that way. So take the time you need to digest the price action. The money's not going anywhere. Believe me, I went broke 5 times. Zero. Nothing. The money is not going anywhere. And today we made a lot of money. I made probably someone's salary, an annual salary, right? Believe me, I was from zero to now I'm where I am. Patience. So the best advice, because I cannot give you an exact answer because it depends on you. You're the variable. The variable meaning, how familiar are you with their price action? Like with Tesla, I can be blindfolded and trade Tesla chart. Blindfolded. As long as you tell me the price action and the volume, I can trade. Tesla chart is like a lifeline. I know exactly what needs to be done and exactly what happens. In the videos, the TikTok videos, I make it a little ambiguous to keep let's say the watch time, but don't let that fool you. I know exactly what I need to do when I need to do it, because in trading it is a yes or no decision. It's not a maybe. It's never a maybe answer. If you say it's maybe, you don't know what you're talking about. It's always a yes or no answer. So to conclude, it depends on you. And the best thing is, if you do not know and you're not sure, pick one thing, anything, something with high volume. Pick Tesla, pick Qs. Don't trade them. But what you're going to do for the next 30 days, at 9:30, you're going to write down what Tesla opened up at. And then at 4 o'clock, you're going to write down what Tesla closed at. You're going to do that for 30 days straight. You're going to chart it up, and that's going to give you price. That's going to show you every single liquidity graph, every single gap up, gap down, every uptrend, downtrend. That is all the information you need to begin your studies. Then from that, you're going to study exactly what you need to do. Now, I say 30 days. I did that 365 for 3 years straight. So when I say I know Tesla off the back of my hand, is because I do it every single day, even on the weekends. So no one wants to do it because it's difficult. This is why the people who do it make a fortune. Is because there's people that are not willing to take that extra step. It's free to you. It's the only thing it costs is your time. That's it. Differences. Okay, so like United Healthcare or UNGH, me personally, I like to buy the real thing. I do the contracts, like the options. If it was up to me, I wouldn't trade options at all. I would just trade shares. I like to treat my shares as real estate, because if I buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares, 50,000 shares, I can write cover calls and collect rent from that. I can avoid the volatility. I can avoid the market noise totally. I do contracts. I do the leverage 2x to give more opportunity for people who do not have less capital, that cannot buy 100 shares of United Healthcare. Let's put that, that's expensive. You're dropping over 30 grand in one trade, right? So again, I do that so that we can still, I can pretty much help every person in every category make money, the same percentage. That is why I do that. Okay, we have 9 minutes left. Is there any other questions? I hope you enjoyed this so far. It's been a very, very busy week, so sorry for it being delayed. It's been very, very busy. A little too busy. Go ahead. Someone wants to talk? Someone had a question?
Say, Al, I asked you earlier today when you had time to look into that stock called Boil, BOIL.
Oh, I totally forgot,
It's an ETF on natural gas. And I know last winter I traded it quite a bit, and it just kept going up all winter long. So I'm kind of wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Dude, that's a really good chart. This is a really good chart.
I think it's going to go up and hit $100 this winter sometime, just because people are heating their homes with gas and everything. I don't know.
100? I wouldn't say 100, but let's do it. We'll try it right now. We'll try it right now. The reason why I say that is because we have a very pro-fracking president. So we're going to be using a lot of coal, a lot of oil. So usually, like natural gases, they're used for more green, like because they have no, like, let's say, emissions. Or typically have emissions, but they're cleaner emissions. But we're 100% correct, because in the wintertime, people need to heat their houses. But give me 1 second. I'm just going to take some time I just need to find a good trend that confirms. So just bear with me. We're going to conclude with this one for today, because I do have to run some errands. Busy day. Busy week. Busy week.
It's gone up about 5 points in the last, 4 days. So I've kind of been watching it.
Come on, click to that one. Okay, back here. Just ignore this. You can see real time how I get my trend lines. I might just be in the zone for like 2 seconds. Give me one. That is a pretty clean chart. JJ, you're very welcome. I hope that helped you. Usually you put targets and stop losses on options. Why not? Let me tell you something. A little tip. If you do not see me put a stop loss or put a stop loss or a take profit, I'm expecting this to move very, very quickly, very high. Like gold, I didn't have a stop loss. I actually kept buying it. Look how high it went. Good example, right? You do not have to trade 500 million stocks. Believe me, you do not have to trade 500 million stocks. You don't have to be all over the place with 5, 10, 20, 30 contracts. You just need 5 good trades per month to make over 6 figures. And I've done it many years. That is the truth. And it is lower blood pressure, lower stress. That's really what it comes down to. You're learning how to correctly manage your money. Okay, let's go back to this, because this looks really interesting. I really like this chart. Right here, my eye. This is a major. What the hell was that? Sorry. ADHD for a second. I'm looking out the window. Do this really quick. Really quick. But yeah, if you still don't see me have a stop loss, you should be like, and should be like, ding, ding, ding. His portfolio is 40-something% gold and healthcare. Ding, ding. That should be like, and no stop loss. What do you expect? Look at United Healthcare. Look at Lilly. Look at Nova. Look at Johnson & Johnson. Look at gold. Look at GLDM, right? What's up today? All those. So, a little good little word of advice. And no, if I have a stop loss to take profit, I always tell. Oh, forgot, that's the wrong color. Okay. All right. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. I wouldn't be afraid to take calls on this. I would actually promote it, kind of deal. The riskier position would be entering at this moment. Let's say the more laid back, lower risk is wait for this to pop up. You're looking for it to pop up, anywhere, somewhere in this range. Where's my rectangle? You're looking for it to pop up anywhere in this range for then to, you always get back into a consolidate. You can tweet your charts. It's actually kind of cool. You can tell I only use this literally just for charting. I don't use it for anything else. Where's my brush? Am I tripping? So something like this. So I would enter here. Because this is a beautiful double bottom. Major reversal. So very, very good. Very good. Very good chart. Good pick. And if I do get into the trade because of you, I'll give you credit for it. I always do that. Like Dell, if I was paying attention to Dell, I'm not gonna lie, I was starstruck when I saw Lily today. I was like, and if I got into Dell calls, I know someone was talking about Dell, I would have given them the credit for it. So if it's not my trade and I did not find it first, I always will give you the credit. All right, we're going to conclude this. What I'm going to do is later in the week, maybe maybe next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, what I'm going to do is if you put a review on the WAP or the website, I'll give you the ebook for free. I have a ebook that I wrote. I have actually 3 of them. So you let me know which one you want. I'll send it to you completely free. You don't have to pay for it. 100% free. It's a thank you. That's all it really is. Because I appreciate it. Because as you know, I'm getting shadow banned from like everything for telling the truth. Like I can't even show how much money I make, even though that's like the major like trigger for like pushing content out. So again, if you do the review, just let me know. Send a little picture to me, and then I'll give you the ebook for free. All right. I think one's stocks, fundamentals to stocks. The second one is fundamentals to crypto. The third one is, I think, technical analysis, I think. I have a proofreader, so we're doing that. They're going through everything, proofreading it. But, all right. There'll be an announcement with all the instructions and everything. But, yeah. Any final questions? I know it's 7 o'clock. 1 hour has concluded. This is recorded, so I'll post this as soon as I can. But any last minute questions? Tammy, I hope your Roth is doing good.
My Roth is doing great. I ended up selling Tesla.
Very good.
I sold all of it. I did buy TSL today, this morning, and that's done pretty well today. I went on, I'm going to go ahead and hold it, but as you already know, Tesla's a wild one, and I'm just a little bit. I saw someone, I don't know who it was, but someone had posted, I think I'm just a little confused. Someone had posted something about some contracts for April. 880 was a target for it. And I guess
Who said that? For Tesla?
For Tesla, yeah, someone posted something in one of the, I don't know if it was the general chat group or
the star guy that he's in the free Discord, that one?
It may have been, but he was just posting what he had seen on some contracts, and it was a screenshot of Tesla at 880, and I'm in my head, I'm just thinking how but there was apparently quite a bit of volume or a lot of contracts at that 880 for, I want to say, April 14th or April 17th. And I guess I'm confused why there would be so many contracts for that date coming up with a recession. And I think that's what I stand pretty paranoid about. In fact, I'm out of all tech, except for what I picked up today. Do you see it going?
So let me tell you something.
That direction by April?
I'm not a fortune teller, so anything could happen.
I No,
But
I know.
I
I mean,
when I trade large positions like that, because those contracts are probably about 3-4 thousand each. So when I do something
wow.
like that, right? Actually, for that, honestly, hold up. Give you a really quick. They're actually much. Maybe 3-4 thousand. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at contracts that far out in a very very long time.
I just have a hard time understanding why people would buy something like that when we're coming up so close to yeah
Okay, so like
a point that we could.
closer to in the money, we're looking like $80 per contract, so that's about 8 grand per contract. So at 880, April 17th.
That sounds about right. Yeah, it was April 14th.
Okay, you could just ignore his crap. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Oh crap!
Okay.
You can't see that. Can you see that? No, you can't. Do yourself a favor. Go to actually, yeah, there's a bunch of crap.
Okay.
That you know what exactly what that was. For example, if I know I'm trading a lot of money, and I don't want to gamble it, specifically with Tesla, I will take out like a leap position, but very very far out of the money, so that because the further out the money, the higher the multipliers are going to be, higher risk, but I'm decreasing my risk because my expiration's all the way out. So if I have a significant, like if I had like 50 mil, I would do something like that. If way far out of the money, so all the IVs, all that, I mean, all the, somewhat of the IVs, but I could still capture some of the move with less risk. I could bet you, and I just saw it right now, they sold that position.
Oh.
So tomorrow morning, have you ever noticed when I say I do not know how the market will work until I see 9:30. I will not know until 9:30 because I'm looking at open interest. So what I'm going to do is, so for you, so if some millions of dollars in a contract, especially how you were describing it, you're looking at maybe 10 to 20,000 contracts at open interest. What I'm seeing here is 170.
Oh, okay.
And the volume was like 1,900.
I didn't take a close look at it. I just thought to myself, 880. I was at work when I saw that come across and I thought $880 in April.
Do yourself a favor.
It just didn't seem fathomable.
Do yourself a favor.
I'm scared.
Don't.
Tesla's crazy. It's a wild one, and you're right. Don't trade it unless you've got a little bit of experience with it, because it'll drop in a second. You'll lose it all.
It will take you with you in a rocket ship. It could be the next space rocket ship, but it will come back down, land on Earth, take you to the edge of a street and curb stomp you.
Oh, I'm telling you, and I'm ready. I mean, I'm ready for this recession. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to write it down, but I'm also going to be ready to get it when it goes back down to wherever it's going to go.
You're about like 9 months early, which is good.
You think so?
I think we're going to go early. I think we're going to go higher, specifically into 2026. And then the halfway of 2026, I think it's going to come back down. It has to. You can't.
It has to.
Technically, it doesn't have to, but it would be healthier for us to push even higher. Very, very healthy, natural. Price action is like a living being, right? If you do something uncomfortable for a really long time, it gets you like irritated. It makes you miserable, right? It kind of sounds crazy to think of it, but your price action has its own emotions, and that's why when I said it depends on what stock you do. For example, Johnson & Johnson has its own emotions compared to Tesla. Johnson & Johnson trades higher on lower volume in comparison to Tesla. Tesla trades better on higher volume and lower price action. They have their own emotions. You have to know those.
Right. Oh, definitely. It's more secure. I don't. My stress doesn't. It doesn't get too wild. Question. I do have another question. All of these the difference between the Tesla and the TSLL. Does it, trying to find the right word for it, but does it diminish in value, I guess? Am I saying that right? Does TSLL diminish in value versus owning the actual Tesla stock over time?
So let's put it this way. You want to sell TSL as quickly as possible. Not saying right at this current moment, but in your mind is when you enter into that, you're already up, you're fine, you're doing well, right? But in your mind, when you get into those leverages, you want to get out of those as quickly as possible. They are depreciating assets. We do not like depreciating assets. We like appreciating assets, even though they do go up. So this is why people are like, well, it goes up. Why are you calling it depreciating asset? The house you live in, that is a liability. That's a depreciating asset in my eyes. Because why? Why? It's taking money out of my pocket to pay for the loans. It's taking money out of my pocket to pay for the insurance, for repairs. Even though the price may be a value up higher, in my eyes, just like a 2x leverage ETF, it is a depreciating asset. Now, remember I say I want my shares. If I could stop trading options and just trade shares because I want to use them like what? Rental properties.
Right, I heard you say that earlier.
So I use that because I can collect a monthly check, a safe, consistent, appreciating asset. So I'm collecting the monthly dividend as my price action is going up. So what's going to happen is money in, compared to money out, money in. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense.
You have to treat trading like a business. The best and easiest way is to compare it to the real estate market. You have to. It is not your friend. You should have no emotions. I am up substantially on Tesla at 175 average. I am up substantially.
Yes.
I don't care.
Right. I got too paranoid. I guess it was I don't know, when it reached that other high, I got out. I just couldn't take it because I thought, I know it's been here before, but I've been here and it's gone down to $250 or $244 or whatever it was. I just thought I can't risk it. I can always get back in.
So okay, let's do this. I really have to go, but I really want to hit this nail on the head on this. Did you hold Tesla when it was going down in the 250 from the 250s to 167s? Did you hold Tesla and kept dollar cost?
Yes.
For how long did you do that for?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I've got a child running water. So I got caught I bought Tesla.
Just really quickly, time frame wise.
I think it was back in November. I bought it somewhere between
last November, so 11 months.
350. It was like October, maybe later October, November of last year, and then I bought some more.
11 months. Let's call it that, for the sake of this.
400. I had some at 415, and I got caught down in that, and I waited it out.
So
and
I'm gonna stop you right there. How come you didn't wait it out when it went up higher? You waited an entire year for it to come up. It finally comes up. How come you just don't let it ride up? Put a stop loss. 20% trailing stop. Once you're in profit, you put a stop loss at break even, and then once it goes up more, you just put a trailing stop loss. Now, different brokerage accounts.
I probably would have if we weren't facing these economic issues right now. I probably would have, and I probably wouldn't be so scared. I mean, Elon can, blink and Trump can sneeze and it just falls. And so I think I'm just more paranoid economically. If things were a little bit different, it wouldn't bother me one bit.
So just set a stop loss. That's when I say the hardest thing about trading is disassociating yourself from your emotions.
So maybe I'm not understanding my stop losses. I mean, I understand how to set one, but I don't think I understand pre-market stop losses.
They're the same thing as regular market stop losses.
But they won't act on.
Okay, because you have to change the setting. Like
Okay.
Robinhood's a little bit different. Robinhood, they automatically do it for you. But
It's
like
on
Charles
Fidelity.
Schwab or Fidelity, you have to say day plus extended day. You have to select that,
Yes,
and it has to be a limit. It cannot be market. It has to be a limit order.
but they only hold it for that day.
No, you could change it for 90 days. You put cancel for 90 days.
Okay, good. Okay, the good till canceled. But I don't
Or you could
think
do that too.
I'll have to go back and look. I'll have to go good till canceled for 90 days, but I didn't think that it would do it during extended hours. But I
Now,
will check that.
now note, just like how I say each stock has its own emotion, Tesla, when you set a stop loss for Tesla, you have to know its share stop loss is a range from $20 to $50. In a single day, Tesla can move $50 and can drop
Oh.
$50 in a single day.
Mhm.
It's happened to me 4 times already. I know what happens. I've seen it. I've traded it.
Mhm.
I've dealt with the losses. I've dealt with the gains. But $50 to $20, that is your range for a
Yeah.
stop loss. So if you tell me you bought at 400, let's say an average across of 400, and
Right.
now it is at 460, I would
Mhm.
say put a stop loss at 415, 420. Then you say, well,
Okay.
why would I do that? I'm going to be losing out all that potential money. Okay, but first, you gained all your capital back. Second, you made a couple
Right.
bucks. You made a $15 on each share, let's call it, right?
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
turned a profit, but what did you do? You managed your risk, good. Second, you just maximized your potential gains. 'Cause what happens if it went to 500 and you sold it, right? What if? But
Yeah. No, and maybe we'll.
which I can tell you,
I'll buy it back.
Tesla, I wouldn't do that. Then you're in the FOMO train,
Yeah, that's true.
just like
Like I said, I bought the TSLL. I went on ahead and I only held it because the chart looked really good today, or I would have gotten out. But I'm gonna hold on to it as long as it makes sense to me. I'll hold on to it. But
let me tell
I
you something.
will.
That the shares for Tesla, you will see that I will have an average cost of 175 for probably the next 5 years. I am not touching that. I'm not doing anything with it because in my eyes, I have evaluated Tesla at 1200 in my eyes
Oh yeah.
for
Oh
the
yeah.
next
It's
5
going.
years.
It's going.
That was
I'll just.
my full in-depth analysis was 1200 on how much money they're making in comparison to their cars, in comparison to their technology, in comparison to their AI software, in comparison to their the what's that thing, the satellites in the sky, what's that, Starlink,
Starlink.
the solar panel,
Starlink.
all of that. That's my evaluation.
So I think one of the other reasons, and I know you need to go, the other reason why I let that go is because my husband also holds quite a bit at 100, and I think his average is right around 171.
He should just
And
hold
so
it like me.
I told
And don't
him,
touch
I'm
it.
like, don't sell that.
Don't you dare
So
sell that.
I'm kind of like, we've already kind of got some already on his. So this is my little account, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm emotional about it, I guess.
So then that
But
means you need to lower your position sizing,
yes,
like
I do.
substantially, like by like 70%.
Yes, but I got a lot in United Healthcare. Thank you.
So you're
Thank you, because that has,
even though you're
yes.
up, it's still to you because you're overextended, you're over leveraged. Even though you're up, you're making a lot of money. It's still
Yeah.
the bad reason to why you made the money is you're over leveraged. You're risking too much at one position. Because I can tell you, what happens if there's another lawsuit with United Healthcare? Out of the blue.
Well,
Goodbye.
that was something
Goodbye, money.
I did want to ask you that. So I did the first time when it dropped. I bought quite a bit at 325. Then it dropped down to 250, something like that. I bought another 100 shares at that price.
Dang, you're a baller.
I've got a lot in there. I know. My thought is I think I'm gonna let go. I was gonna ask you, should I let go of the 325 or should I never let it go? At least till I've heard you say something around 500, 600. You're not selling any of it, and so then I'm kind of going, oh.
But my risk is much higher that I can tell you, probably the entire Discord. The amount of money I risk is much different than the money people risk. This is why I don't show you my contracts, because it will change people emotionally, and that's why I do that. That's another reason why. Again, that is what I'm doing. In my eyes, I already did my evaluation. I did the videos, I did the reports, I did everything, stating that they have a monopoly. They service 10 million people in the United States. And most of them are government, right? Because everyone needs health care. Why? Because if you do not have health care, you're getting taxed by the government, penalized $6,000 for not having health insurance. But if you had health insurance, you're only paying between $1,500 and $2,000 as a single or a double individual, and then for families, I think it's much higher, but much cheaper than $6,000. Just saying, per person, much cheaper. So they have a monopoly. They will do well. It is just a game. I got screwed in my Charles Schwab because I had an average cost of $285, buying it from $300 to $240. I actually got a letter saying that I was selling and buying too quickly, and I got a red flag from the SEC.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So remember when we did those calls and it was over here, and I said I bought calls and it shot up? That's because I was following a whale. That's exactly what I did. And I was taking profits on those. And that's exactly what I was doing, taking profits, because everyone's like, oh, I thought you were going to hold it. I just made it over 100%. I'm going to take profit, see profit, take profit. And you know what I did? I bought more.
Right.
Bought more. All this, I probably increased my total portfolio of probably about 5-6%.
Wow.
So I sold. I took my initial capital, took the 100%, the 1x, and then you know what I did with that? Took my capital that I took out, put it back in, took that 1x, put that back in. I just exponentially increased my gains.
Right. And that's kind of what I've been doing with some of this stuff that I don't want to stay in, is I will get out and I'll get back in if it looks right. And I just I don't ever cash out anything, at least not this point, but yeah.
That's a decision you have to make for yourself. You have to, you're battling your emotions.
Yes, I think, I'm in profit with everything, so I'm not too worried, but yeah, I'm going to go check out that stop loss feature a little bit better. I can set the daily stop losses, and I know there's an extended button there that I can do it, but for some reason I've had it in my head that these stop losses during the day, trading time, during that, I can extend that for 90 days to cancel till good, but I'm not understanding that I could do that during extended hours. So I'll check into that, because that would really make me feel a lot more comfortable.
It's just all about your conviction in the trade. You see Lily? Did you buy Lily at 640? Or Lockheed Martin at 420? Did you buy Lockheed Martin at 420?
I got into Lockheed Martin probably more in the beginning of the summer, I think. I didn't let it go. I went on ahead and I got out.
It's 500
I think
now.
I broke even on that one.
Yeah, that thing's up $8.
But I did not get back into this other one. I got too much in United Healthcare.
Over leveraged.
I know. I've even got some of the, I need to take that out too. The 2x leveraged one. I've got some in that too.
I can tell you, on a low volume day, you just need one person to put up $1 million put bet on United Healthcare for it to move down about $2. And when they do that, telling you, the way how you're telling me your emotions, you're going to freak out a little bit and you're going to start selling and trimming it. And what's going to happen?
I wouldn't worry so much about United Healthcare. I'm good with that one. I'm good. It's Tesla. I'm not good
What if United Healthcare dropped to 318?
Yeah, you're right.
Because what if it's a $5 million bet? Which is...
And you're going to make me go take this out after market here in a minute.
Well, I'm keeping mine. I'm just letting you know. You already know my plan. You know exactly what I'm going to do. Same thing with Lily. I'm selling that thing at 950s.
Right.
Everyone's like,
So
"Oh,
yeah,
you're trash." Literally at 6:40, it's gonna. Hello, wake up! They're the mob
yeah.
for
I did
pharmaceuticals.
I did originally get into the Lulu one and I let that go. I kind of agreed a little bit with oh, you've got Watson on there and she had made a comment and I'll probably regret it um about aloe being more of the higher end athletic wear that the girls are all wanting to buy, and that is one that is really sought after right now. And so I got a little bit concerned about it, and I think I just kind of freaked out with it, and I sold it off. I
It's
did.
just noise. It's just noise. That's all it is.
I know. I know.
It's just
I
noise.
know.
You know what's not noise? Money. Money's not noise.
No, it's not.
You know what
Um,
Lulu has that others don't?
what?
Money. Money.
What is it?
Lulu
Money?
Lulu has money. They have
I think I
money.
compared it to like a Nike right now, and I just,
Ugh,
which
Nike.
is not good.
Oof, not Nike. Lulu is nothing
Not,
compared to Nike. I mean,
yeah, I just got paranoid. Things go in my head and I start kind of obsessing about thoughts of, the tariffs and the recession and then but
just
then you start thinking about Christmas and I'm thinking um different ones like the Ralph Lauren. Um
Tammy, I'm going to
that's
tell
a
you something.
that's a
I'm going to tell you
big
something.
one.
When you're dealing with luxury, I
Mm-hmm.
could tell you I do not look at my credit card statement. I haven't looked at my credit card statement in about 3 years. And I don't care how much I spend. So if Lululemon decides to increase
Mm-hmm.
their prices, okay, I'm still gonna buy it.
Right.
I'm,
That's what most will
it's
do.
it
If they
is
can afford it, they
it's a
buy it.
different type. When you do luxury, it's a different type of person that does it. It's not like you're looking at Walmart, which the inflation will wreck it, right? Luxury is different animal. People are gonna still buy it. People will still buy them, and there's more Rolexes and Ferraris bought during a depression.
Really?
I, at a bottom of a depression, there's more Rolexes and Ferraris bought.
Wow.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why? Because they're the cheapest at that time,
Oh,
and
that's true.
that
People know how to manage their money and they know what they've got and yeah, now I get it.
they're still going to
I
buy
get it.
it. They are still going to buy it.
So you
And
think Tesla's going to stay up there? You think we're still going to be okay even all the way to the beginning of the year and into January?
Tesla's going to make a new all-time high.
I believe that.
I think it's going to consolidate small, maybe like a week of consolidation, but it will continue higher. Like we might even get like a 488 this week. The way how it's moving lately, we might be able to get that because that's like what $20 away. So we might get it. We
Yeah,
might hit all-time high. That all-time
I think we
high
will.
might get that weekly, monthly consolidation by the end of the year. I think it's going to make a new break above 500. I think it will, because the option
Oh, I
volume,
definitely think
the
it will.
money
I
is outrageous. $50 billion. I mean, $50 million in bets for $500 strikes. That
Yeah.
that is much more realistic than 880. I can tell you like that because someone with
Yeah, the
880,
880
they're
threw
buying and
me
selling it
off.
within the day.
I was like 880. There's no way. But wanted your opinion about that because I thought there's no way by April. I was like, we've got too much going on for it to.
I wouldn't I,
It'll come back.
I wouldn't go off of Star. Mm,
Okay.
I'm
I didn't know who posted it. I just saw
I
it
don't
come
I don't
across
know
on
him
my
personally.
phone, and I thought, what?
I see him commenting, but when
Yeah.
he wins trades, then he posts. But again, he's just using my charts. That's all he's doing.
I didn't know where he was getting the. I mean, it was a legitimate screenshot, and so I didn't know where the information came from. But he was obviously impressed by the fact that there were all these contracts, and I thought, there's no way that I'm getting into something like that. I'll
I,
just
I
keep doing what I'm doing. And
just
it
noise.
is. It's
It's
for me
just
right now.
noise.
It's small, amounts, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay, and it is the gold is just. I'm fixing to. I they do one of those round trips on me if I change funds in the 30 days. And so tomorrow will be my 30 days to get out of. I think I've got some in a materials fund and it's done absolutely nothing. So I'm going to pull that. And I don't know if I should take it to bonds or if I should take it to gold. I've already got enough in healthcare on that IRA. And so I'm just using all your suggestions and doing the best I can with it. But golly, that gold is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Should be emotionless. I,
Yeah.
I'm not even like that. That sounded kind of like sarcastic and funny, but I'm like not trying to be funny. like
No,
like genuinely, like who cares? Oh wow. Yeah. Like I'm looking at my phone right now. 9 times my portfolio made an all-time high today.
yeah.
Wow.
I almost called my husband and did a screenshot going, I've never seen it this high. And I've had to take money out of it. I have to. And it's at an all-time high, even with the amount that I've taken out of it. So, yes, thank you very much. It's very appreciated.
No problem.
Because you've taught me a lot, and I'm just doing everything to prepare and all of the things that you've put out there for everybody to know, and it's very appreciated.
I wish more people. I wish more people actually came. Right, that would be a better thing. But
Well,
it is what it is. Or shadow banned. I tell
yeah,
the truth and I get banned for it.
it's
That's some
ridiculous.
crap. I'm telling you,
Just
I'm not
ridiculous.
scamming anybody. I don't want your
No.
email. I don't want any of your money. I just want to see you do well, and then I get banned
Right.
for it.
There's some of us here that's very thankful.
No,
Yes.
I know you. I know. I'm just talking about the people on social media. It's wild,
It's
wild.
it is.
And
That's
some of
all
these
they have
crazy
time to
people.
do.
I'm like, okay, you watched 5 minutes of the video. Usually it's only 2 minutes. It's not that long. You can watch to the end. If you watched to the end, you would have answered all your questions. Like the Tesla, I said, Tesla doesn't look good, right? Well, if you watch towards the middle of the video, I did say 450 break above, it will confirm higher, right? It's all at the beginning of the first 30 seconds of those videos is all clickbait. That's all it really is. That's all it
That's
is.
crazy.
But
That is
I could tell you,
just
it's never a maybe. And when I trade my position, it's never a maybe. It's always yes or no. Always yes or no. Like those videos, you may say, oh, he's up in the air. No, I know exactly what I need to do, exactly when, and how much and how little I need to use it. Always. Having that much confidence is what reduces your stress, reduces the emotions, makes you kind of monotone. I'm kind of monotone at the current moment. Sometimes I'll venture out and you see my expressions, but most of the time it's monotone. But it's done on purpose.
yeah.
It's done on purpose.
Well, your help has been really good. I've learned a lot.
Hope you made a lot of money. That's the goal, right? It's good to learn, but you want to
That
make
is
that
the
money.
goal.
You want to make
I
that
think
money.
it's more about balance than anything for me, and that's probably what you've taught me as far as getting away from the tech and moving towards different areas. And it will be interesting to see over the next 6-9 months how your trades are and what direction you take it based on the economical conditions. And so I'm actually excited about it. I hate to say that I want to see anybody go into a recession because there's, obviously there's job losses and things like that.
Give me 1 second.
And I don't, preferably not a recession, but I don't think that I think that it's inevitable, but it'll just be interesting to see and to learn and know how to prepare for these.
Timmy, I do have to go, but what is the true definition of a recession? Really quick, one line, not a whole story, one line. What's the true definition of a recession?
Inflation.
Try again. Get one more try, and then I'll tell you.
Stock market crash. Stock market
Okay, keep going with
crash.
that. What percentage crash?
I'm gonna say anywhere from could be 60 to 80.
What kind of crash are you talking? That's the world's ending crash.
The 80. I know, but go down to 80%.
Okay, the key word
I know
is
that's
could.
crazy.
Could, no, I can. Another thing is, remember I said, if someone tells you that something is and does not tell you it depends, means they do not know. A true
what do you
answer
think?
is it means it depends because it is de- determined based off of additional information. Always. I could tell you, we were just in a recession. And I told everyone April, all of April, we were in a recession the whole time. We were down 32%. 20% is a recession, 10% is a correction. 32% is a recession. I said,
So in 21, I lost probably 40% of my portfolio.
then you're too leveraged.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, yes. So this is why I got on this mission of trying to figure out, because I never wanted that to happen again. It was being managed by someone that did not tell me. And so I didn't have anything, I didn't know what.
Well,
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. It was in 12 different things, and obviously it was not balanced, or it wasn't in the right sector. I don't know.
Tammy,
but
we're gonna do. I
40% of it.
I do have to go, but I'm gonna find that video. And April
Okay.
8th, April 9th, I stated, I'm going to 5x my portfolio. That was my statement. I got cursed
man.
out. I got the F bomb thrown at me. I don't know what I was talking about. I got even the R word thrown at retard a couple times. So, and I'm 3.5x on my portfolio.
Are you really?
Because you know what I
Golly.
did? Because I was really trying to help everyone. And you know what? Now I'm gonna laugh. I'll be the last one to laugh. You'll be the first one to laugh. Not you individually, but you'll be the first one to laugh. I'll be the last one laughing with the Rolex, the AP watch, and the the 720S McLaren.
Yeah.
I don't show any of that.
You will.
That's the I will never show any of that. But could I? Maybe.
Sure you could.
If I wanted to. It's all depreciating assets, but that's how I think. But at the end of the day, we were in a recession. I make the most amount of money in a recession. It was not called a recession. It was hidden. 2 months later, it was said we were in a recession. Even though, screaming off the top of my lungs, inflations, recessions, they are currently happening. They get announced on quarterly bases, and by the time you hear it on the news, it's already gone. It's already gone. I referenced 2007 to 2008, and then by 2009, everyone was saying, "Oh, we're in a recession." The recession's over, homie. It's over.
Right.
It was
And I
over. It was
think
the
that
beginning of
when
the
I
ascent.
I think that was about the time I started following you, is because I had this money all up, way up here high, and I'm baffled by all of it, because I was in the November, December situation buying stocks, and we were already down, and I was too late. I couldn't get it out. So I just had to work with what I worked with, and, definitely a little bit more cautious now.
Well, you should be up substantially
Because they're
now.
all high right now. Everything's high. So
Yeah.
do you think that we'll just continue to rock along the next several months?
You asked me that
Through
same question about
December?
5 times in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do?
You're right.
You got to build some confidence in your trades. Because
I
whatever
do.
I say,
I do. I have
whatever
my
I
lines
say
all planned out.
is not going to build confidence in your trades.
No, it's funny you said that, because I've got my lines, I've got all my charts done, I've got everything, and I'll just sit there and watch it, and I'll go, there it was. It like nailed my line.
Goodbye,
Nailed it.
goodbye, goodbye.
And I just watched it, and I didn't do anything. I just watched it, and I'm like, yep, I knew exactly where it was going to go. And not everything, but for the most part, I just watched them, and I'm like, yep, there it was. But I guess I'm not confident right now with the economics that I feel like getting into anything, because everything feels so high to me right now. So
Just
I'm
know.
just kind of doing more of a day trade, other than the the United Healthcare, the Eli Lilly, and what else do I have?
All right, I really do have to go because now I'm over like
Okay.
40 minutes.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a
And
problem.
it's good to talk to you.
Again, you're the only one that could build your own confidence. You're the only one. Whatever I do, whatever I say, whatever you buy, whatever you sell, whatever you course X, Y, Z, it's not going to help you. The only person that's going to help you is you. And I told JJ that hopefully he's not here. I said to him the same exact thing. The only dependent, the variable that changes is you. You're the only person. So when he asked me what I should day trade, it depends on you. It depends on your conviction. That's it. You can't buy that. You can't sell that. I could teach you. I could show you. I can practice exactly how I preach through my actions and how I speak and how I move my money. But at the end of the day, you're the one hitting the buy and sell button.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. All right.
You're right.
Take it easy.
Thank
Remember,
you. All right.
remember tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, I will not be here. I'm not in the Discord, no nowhere. The phone's going to be on do not disturb. So no trades, no nothing, no nothing.
Good
so
for you. Good for you.
I'm going on a wedding, so.
I don't believe it, but good for you. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. All right.
All
bye.
right, bye-bye.